If you are looking to start SMMA from scratch and scale it up to that six-figure mark, here are 5 tips that you need to know if you want to be successful with your own SMMA business. Look, you've seen the potential. You've seen how an SMMA business can make you anywhere from $5 to $10 or even $50,000 per month. But if you ignore the tips I'm going to give you in this video, it's very unlikely that you will ever get to any of those marks. In fact, you'll probably struggle for a very long time. So my goal with this video is I'm going to bring you from where you're at right now, where you're a beginner, not really knowing what to focus on, to at the end of the video, someone who has a clear plan that they need to follow, to know exactly what to do, what not to do, and how to get results fast. So make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to give you everything you need. So with that being said, let's get into the 5 tips I have for you today. Tip number 1 is to act and basically just ignore analysis paralysis. You've probably heard that one before. It basically is a scenario where you keep looking into so many details, so many potential ways of doing something that you actually fail to act. You fail to do the most important thing, the thing that's going to actually get you results, because you're so caught up in the minute details. You heard from one person that the best way to get clients is to use LinkedIn. And then from another person you heard that cold email is the best way to find clients. And so instead of actually acting on these things and trying them out, you keep looking into more videos, more information, and you want to learn more before you start. This is simply a form of procrastination. If you just want all the details without starting, it's going to be very tough. But this right here is a form of procrastination. I didn't have it all figured out when I started my SMMA business, and the students that I teach definitely don't have it all figured out. We know enough, and from there we make the leap. We step outside of our comfort zone. We step into the unknown. We take action and we see what the results are like. Imperfect action beats no action at all. Secondly, you need to focus your time on needle movers. You don't need a logo. You don't need a website. You don't need a fancy social media page for your agency. And you definitely don't need business cards. And those things that I just mentioned to you right there are things that I did. And these are things that I wish I didn't do because they held me back for so long. I spent so much time and energy building out a website, getting logos made, crafting a cool looking business card. Whereas in reality, none of those things actually got me clients. When you spend your time on those activities, you're doing what I like to call busy work, right? You're busy, you're ticking things off your to-do list each day, and it looks like you're making good steps, you're moving in the right direction, but ultimately it's just a form of procrastination. So when I built out a website and all these things for my agency, we didn't even use them. My agency has like 2 likes on our Facebook page. We have a super basic website that we built on ClickFunnels, and I made the logo myself in about 5 minutes. Yet we were able to get to at least 10K per month in revenue before we even had a website. Because I had built one and then I just scrapped it because I didn't want to pay the monthly fee for it before I had any clients. So you need to act, and you need to act on the right things. The third thing you need to do is you need to ignore shiny object syndrome. Now, shiny object syndrome basically means that you see a new golden ticket everywhere you look. You see some guy talking about drop shipping, another guy about Amazon FBA. So you can get this shiny object syndrome when it comes to the business you're in. So that's the first thing you've got to tackle. You've got to ignore all the businesses out there and go all in on your SMMA business. Secondly, you can actually get this shiny object syndrome when it comes to the outreach strategy that you're using, the service you're offering, the niche that you're working with. All of those things can fall into this trap as well. I see this with a lot of my new students before we start working together. They're very focused on who's working with what industry, what's working for someone else. So after 1 week of trying to pitch businesses about how they can help gym owners, right, with Facebook ads, they switch into helping real estate agents with content creation because they saw someone else have success with that. So one of the biggest things you're going to learn along this journey is that if you just stay in your lane, you pick one business model, one service, and one niche, you're going to have a lot more success than the person that keeps jumping all over the place. 1 week it's cold email, next week it's Instagram outreach. After 2 weeks then they change their niche, 3 weeks later they've got a new service. If you keep doing all these things, you're not actually moving in the right direction. You're not doing anything. So of course there is a testing period, right? And sometimes you will switch your niche, sometimes you will switch your service, but being aware that this simply is shiny object syndrome is what you need to know. Many times when I started my social media agency, I saw people running Facebook ads, charging $5K a month per client. And I was like, whoa, I'm obviously in the wrong service here. I need to go back. I got to do Facebook ads, and that's the way to do it. Whereas I very quickly realized that was just shiny object syndrome. Just because it's working for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for me, but also they'll have a whole set of other problems because of what they're doing. So for my agency, we actually found that social media and content creation was easier for us to scale. I did a lot of paid advertising as a freelancer before I started my agency, and let me tell you, that was hard to do. If you need help picking your niche or the service that you offer, definitely check out the other videos on my channel. Just go to my channel and search niche, and you'll see a bunch of videos where I give you advice on how to find your niche. Point 4 is that you need to commit to this. You need to commit for a minimum of 3 to 6 months. I have students like Dylan, Kieran, Kylie, and other people that are getting clients within a couple of weeks of joining my program. But that's not what you should expect. Yes, that's a possibility and it might happen for you, but you need to commit to this for at least 3 to 6 months to actually get results. It's like what we say to new clients in my agency, right? We work with our clients on a 3-month basis. And the reason we do so is because, like anything, success takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, it doesn't happen in 1 week, it doesn't happen in 1 month. So similar to that, you need to do that with this business. And the final piece of advice I have for you is to practice sales. Sales will make or break your agency. If you cannot effectively sell your services to a prospect, you're not going to make money, you're not going to sign clients, and you won't have a business. Right? You can be the best Facebook advertiser in the world or the best social media marketer in the world, but if you cannot sign clients and sell effectively, you're not going to have any revenue in your business. And a business with no revenue isn't really a business. So you need to practice, okay? You need to write out a rough script of what you would actually use on a sales call. You need to try and get on as many calls as possible, even if they're not a good fit, just so you can practice. And you can even role play either with yourself or with someone you know so that you can build up the confidence for selling on the phone. There's many people I know who have good agencies, they make around 6 figures per year. But a big problem I see with a lot of those guys is that they've had agencies for the past 3 or 4 years and it's never broke past that mark. And so they're really good at serving their clients, really good at getting good results with their clients. They're not very good at doing outreach or doing sales. So because of those two things there, if you can't reach out to businesses and get their attention, and then you can't convert that attention into a desire to work with you, you're never going to be able to scale at the rate that you want to scale. Now, of course, you can bring in a salesperson into your agency to do sales for you. But from my experience, that is tough to do, and that is not where you should start. You need to be able to do it yourself, and then you can teach someone else how to do it. So guys, I guarantee you, if you implement and take action on all of those 5 things that I've mentioned to you, and you don't just do them for 1 week, but you do them for a number of months continuously, there is literally no way in which you don't get results. Anybody who joins my 6-figure accelerator program knows that if they put in the work and they do these things, plus if they reach out to me for support and they hop on our weekly coaching calls, they will get results. The link to my program is down in the description. You can go ahead and check that out if you want to. We're seeing some crazy results in the program right now. Again, people like Dylan, Kieran, and Kylie who are literally signing clients within their first few weeks. In fact, Dylan got his agency up to about $2,000 per month in like 4 weeks. Kylie has made over 10K in 3 months with her agency. And there's literally dozens and dozens of success stories just like that from the program. So if you want to speak to me about the program and how I might be able to help you get started with SMMA, but also if you already have an SMMA business, how I can help you scale that up, build the right systems so that you can make more money and work less in your business, go down below, click on that link and book in a call with myself, and let's see if I can help. If you got some value from this video, definitely do drop a like and check out the other videos on my channel about starting an SMMA business. We've got a ton of free content on here, so definitely check some of that out, and hopefully I will see you very soon.